Cherry-Plight of the polar bear. Introduction. Venture into the vast snow-covered winter tundra of the northern Arctic, and you will be surprised by the apparent absence of life. The reason is a harsh, unfriendly place for most living things, but one living thing has managed to thrive in the tundra, that is until now. Tundra winter versus summer. During much of the year, the temperature in the tundra is extremely low, well below freezing. Winter lasts for more than 6 months, and for several weeks during that time the sun never rises above the horizon. The soil just below the surface remains permanently frozen throughout the year. And to make conditions even harsher, there are no barriers like trees or hills to slow down the cool winds that sweep across this ice and snow-covered land. Summer in the tundra is quite in contrast from winter. The sun does not set for several weeks on end. Often it just peeks over the horizon, up, appearing to move as Earth rotates. During this season, the average temperature remains above freezing. The snow has a chance to melt, and low-growing plants such as moss, lichens, grasses, and small shrubs grow. Millions of insects hatch and fill the air, ground, and pools of water. The abundance of insects attracts huge numbers of birds that migrate to the tundra and make it their summer home. Even mammals that migrate south to escape the harsh winter return to the tundra to feed each summer. Yet, despite the region's harsh conditions, one inhabited lives there year-round. One of Earth's most magnificent creatures, the polar bears. These creatures of the Northeast were suited to the inhospitable conditions of the tundra, but in recent years, the polar bears living along the northern edge of the tundra have been struggling to survive. The tundra has conditions are not the reason, it is the Earth and its rapid alterations. Built to survive, polar bears are adapted to survive the soft conditions of the Arctic. They appear to be all white, but each stain of hand is actually transparent. It has been commonly believed that this clear fur carries sunlight to the bear's black skin, where it is absorbed and turned to heat. However, studies on polar bear fur have provided that it does not transmit sunlight to bear skin, since the sun is either low on the horizon or not even above the horizon during the coldest Arctic months. It would not make much difference if the fur was able to transmit sunlight to the bear skin. Polar bear fur is waterproof, so the icy water is in in which they swim don't make them cold. Their white fur also helps them to blend in with the snow, making it easier for them to stalk their prey. Polar bears' main food source is shells, but they also eat walrus, smaller whales, and some land animals. They do most of their hunting during the winter months when ice from over the Arctic Ocean. By blending into the snowy landscape, a polar bear poised to paws may not be spotted by a seal. Polar bears will wait patiently for hours near a hole in the ice where seals come up for air. Adult polar bears need to eat a great deal of food to survive. They store fat to get them through the seasons in which they are not hunting. They have large stomach and will eat nearly 45 kilograms in the in a single meal. That would be like eating 400 quarter-pound hamburgers at one time. Two layers of fur and a thick layer of body fat insulate polar bears from extremely cold temperature. They even have fur on the bottoms of their large paws. Polar bears are excellent swimmers. They have been spotted hunting seals up to 80 kilometers, 50 miles out to sea. They swim with their heads above water by dog paddling at over 9 kilometers, 6 miles per hour. Bears use their huge paws like large paddles to move through the water. The thick layer of blubber helps them remain afloat. Shrinking ice. The polar bear has only one enemy, humans. Currently, it is not so much humans hunting the polar bear that pose the greatest threat to its survival. Instead, it may be what humans are doing to the environment that pose the greatest threat. Many scientists believe that Earth is getting warmer and warmer. This warming of Earth is known as global warming. Scientists believe global warming is caused by pollutants that are being released into the atmosphere. More pollutants are released each year as Earth's growing pollution burns more and more gasoline, oil, and coal. Global warming is particularly troubling in regions where the great deals of ice exceeds the warmer temperatures of the air and the sea cause the polar ice to melt. You might be thinking, so what? Why it is such a big deal that some ice are melting? It may not seem like a huge problem to you, but it is to the polar bear. Polar bears depend on the sea remaining frozen for most months of the year. When the sea freezes over, polar bear walks onto the ice and search for air holes where seals are likely to surface for a fresh supply of oxygen. The longer the sea is frozen, the longer polar bears can hunt. And the more they eat, the more food they store as fat for the short summer season when they fast. Scientists who track the effects of global warming have calculated that the ice pack is melting at the rate that is 1.5 to 2 weeks faster than 20 years ago. Some scientists estimate that the ice pack is 14% smaller than it was 20 years ago. They also estimate that each week that the polar bear loses in its hunting season results in a loss of 10 kilograms of body fat for the summer. Due to their lower body weight, female polar bears are giving birth to fewer cubs. This is a great problem for the survival of an animal that has an average of only 2 cubs every 28 months. Polar bears in search of food are also venturing into areas inhabited by humans during the summer. In some places, these bears are captured and put into bear compounds until the winter ice returns. They are then released so they can hunt and restore their body fat. Other problems. Global warming isn't the only bad effect of human activity on polar bears. Many pollutants reaching the air and water are toxic. These pollutants often end up in the blubber of seals. When bears eat these seals, they ingest the toxins. Another threat to polar bears comes from the desire of humans to use more and more fuel. To meet this human need, oil and gas companies are planning to drill the Arctic region where polar bear lives. Much of this drilling would occur where female polar bears build dens in which they give birth to their cubs. This exploration and drilling could have serious consequences for the polar bear's ability to survive. Conclusion. There is no question that the world's polar bear population is shrinking. In the western Hudson Bay region of northern Canada alone, the population has dropped from over 1,200 in 1995 to fewer than 900 bears in 2010. Many people or organizations like Polar Bears International and the World Wildlife Fund are concerned about the flight of the polar bear. They are taking steps to protect these magnificent creatures. For more information, visit their website.